Okay, everybody, I'm back, and continuing what I was saying about the Shout Factory deal is when it came to this, Rhino, they didn't get that far. I mean, they completed the Transformers G1 series, I will say that, but according to many people, they really didn't do it in the way they should have. I mean, Volume 1, I will admit, when I first bought it, it kind of surprised me. I was thinking, oh cool, 5.1 surround. And then I started hearing all those sounds and everything, and I'm thinking, you gotta be kidding me. But anyway, yeah, Shout Factory really didn't get to this point, and Rhino, I mean not Shout Factory, but Rhino didn't really get to this point, and Shout Factory just decided, you know what, we're gonna take it a step further. We're gonna give the fans what they've been wanting. And like I mentioned in part 1, not only did they give them what is now the first of the 3 Japanese continuations of G1, but they've added the subtitles to match up to G1, and they've left the Japanese dialogue. They didn't go out and say, okay, let's get the ones that have the English dub in them. No, they didn't. They left the original Japanese dialogue, so that's pretty cool. Now, like I said with G.I. Joe, the movie, when they released that, when they re-released it, because Rhino did it first and then Shout Factory did it, when they released their version, they added the Buzz Dixon commentary, and Buzz Dixon was able to come out and say in his commentary, giving some rare secrets away about how some parts of the movie were supposed to go. As I mentioned in part 1, for example, in the scene where Duke goes into a coma, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people know this, in the scene where Duke goes into a coma, according to Buzz Dixon, the original script was for Duke to die. But because of the outcry, and we all probably know about this if you look online, and I'm pretty sure Buzz Dixon mentions it himself after we watch and re-listen to the commentary, he says that because of what happened to Optimus Prime and the outcry of that from the Transformers movie, they had to switch Duke's death into a coma. So, yeah, Duke was originally supposed to die in the movie, in the G.I. Joe movie, but that didn't happen. But anyway, that's why, that's what makes Shout Factory one of the better series out there, because they go that extra mile. Excuse me for a second. But they go that extra mile, which is pretty cool. Okay. They go that extra mile because they give the fans what they want. And they actually finish up completing, in one shot, they complete. And sometimes in one release date, they actually release the entire series in one shot with a box set and stuff like that. And speaking of box sets, I'm pretty sure they'll re-release this an even more better box set, or more glamorous box set, if you will. But here we have Gem. Now, Gem, when I said I ordered this on Wednesday, I meant to say I checked my order on Wednesday. I actually ordered this on the 30th, but I checked my order on Wednesday, in the 30th of September that is, but I checked my order on Wednesday, and that's when they sent it. I know some people might say, well, why didn't you get it sooner? I'm guessing overstock or something, I don't know. But anyway, not overstock, but because they were selling so fast or something, I don't know. But anyway, I got this, and one of the things a lot of people said about it, and this is one of the things people like about it, Shout Factory actually gives you this like collector's box set right here. It's all the discs that you can buy individually together. Just like with Transformers and G.I. Joe. Transformers and G.I. Joe are just like this. If you don't want to get the more elaborate box sets, like in the form of that suitcase or whatever it is, and the form of the Matrix and all that, if you don't want to get those elaborate ones, they always have the simple ones like this. And I'm pretty sure they got a gem one coming out that's more elaborate and all that, probably looking like a record player or something, or a CD player, coming out in the near future. I'm pretty sure of that. But anyway, I bought this, and again, I know some people may say, well, Brian, you're a guy, you're a boy, you know, you shouldn't really be watching this, you shouldn't be doing this and that. Let me explain something, folks. Let me explain something. I grew up on Gem. I grew up on Transformers. I grew up on G.I. Joe. What I remember very clearly is that any time after school, me and my sisters would sit down in front of the television before or after we did our homework, and we would watch the big three. I would watch Transformers and G.I. Joe. My sisters would sit down, they would watch Gem, and I think later on I'd watch it with them. You know, at first I didn't, but later on I would watch it with them because it was interesting. And in fact, they have a bonus disc on the season 3 set, in which one of the boy fans, one of the men fans, if you will, one of the man fans, if you will, one of the boy fans, says that there was plenty action and adventure in there to keep a boy's interest. Yeah, it had most stuff targeted towards girls and stuff, but it had enough in it to really keep a boy's interest. I mean, for example, in the I think the first few episodes, and I think in the the Battle of the Bands or something like that. I can't think of it right now. Where Jim and the Holograms win it, and they get a Hollywood contract as well as the mansion. Basically, what it is that towards the end of that episode, Rio punches Eric right in the face, and you see Rio's fist coming right into the screen. That's the kind of stuff that kept boys interested. At least you know there would be some fights or some action and adventure in there that normally you wouldn't see in a show like this. But that's what kept everybody's interest in it. And the storylines were compelling, there's no doubt about that. And again, this is the one thing about Shout Factory. You'd think, I mean, honestly, the one thing about Shout Factory is they came out and they didn't just interview girls, they interviewed boys. They even interviewed the people that helped with all the other big three. Tom Griffin, Joe Bacall, Barry Harum, who did the music for the series. You know, all that is all put on here. And again, like I said, they interview fans of the series that now work for various places like Moviefone and DVD Geeks and Team Unicorn and stuff like that. And they even interview a guy, one of the men that grew up on the show grew up watching the show as a fan, and he even said that his mom took his G.I. Joe's action figures and turned them into Gem action figures. So that was pretty cool. Just to let you know that boys were interested in it, because he's the one, and I'm sure everybody else would agree on this, that there was plenty of action, action and adventure in the series. Like from bombs going off and fights and car chases and stuff like that to keep a boy's interest. And if it wasn't for that, it was also the compelling storylines. Because back then in the 80s, would you see Barbie and the Rockers or any Barbie show doing a compelling storyline? No. No, you wouldn't. But getting back on track here, one of the things that Shout Factory did is according to one reviewer on YouTube, did a more elaborate job with presenting presenting the series. For example, they actually complete the series in one shot. They don't, wait one year and then the following year or the following 6 months they bring it out again. They don't do that. They don't do, they don't wait or anything. They just keep going, and they just decided, we're just going to keep going, and we're going to release all three seasons in one shot. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool on their part to do that. Like, here's season 3, here's season 2, and here's season 1. And again, Shout Factory did what Rhino couldn't. I mean, Rhino was this close. I mentioned this in my unboxing episode, in my unboxing video. They were this close. Rhino was this close to completing the entire series, but they never had that chance. The license, according to Zaranizarak, ran out before they can even do it. And from what other people have said, they didn't really give more of an elaborate illustration. Like here you kind of get like a nice background, and all this stuff looks like, and the discs look like records, which is pretty cool. And you get a lot more of a nice background, if you will, and better artwork than you would with the Rhino ones. You know, the same right here. Yeah, the backgrounds on the disc covers here are all synergy. Yeah, that's true. But you kind of get a better elaboration. You get better art covers. You get better everything overall. And according to many sources, you don't get the mono sound overdubbed or anything. You don't get it dubbed at 5.1. You don't get a mixture. You don't get options with the audio. You get the 2.0 original 2.0 mono sound. But what's unique about that is you actually, if you have a home theater system like I do, even if it's a cheap one, and you have your speakers in the background, you can hear the background music. You can hear the background sound. So it's pretty cool. Overall, you know, they give you more options. Like I said, they say here basically what they do is they have retrospective featurettes, including brand new interviews with the cast, the fans, and more, and the crew and the fan, you know, everybody. They show how they have an I think it's on season 3 here. They have the original gem commercials, and I think toy commercials. They have the documentary of how it came to be, how the series was created. They have all of that on there. And to me, as far as I remember, because I had the Rhino version, I had the Rhino sets at one time, and I don't remember. I mean, they had a documentary, there's no doubt, but I don't think they had the commercials, nor did they have interviews with fans of the series. They didn't have interviews with boys and girls growing up on the series throughout the 80s. So that's kind of new on Shout Factory's part, and that shows that a DVD distributor or home video distributor like Shout Factory is willing to go that extra mile. You know, they're not, and I'm not trying to talk about extra mile by saying, oh, let's add in 5.1 surround sound and all that. No, they're willing to go the extra mile to give you crisp, clear transfers of the original 35mm or whatever it was broadcast, the original on-air standard broadcast. They're willing to go that far to give you that. They're willing to go far enough to give you, to start releasing the Japanese conclusion or continuation, the final 3 shows continuing the G1 series from Japan. They're willing to go far enough to allow fans to have the artwork displayed as part of the DVD set, if you will. I mean, they're willing to go. They're willing to take that extra mile to do that. Now, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying there are not other. Now, I'm not saying that there are not other DVD distributors out there that don't go that extra mile. They do, but I'm going to finish this off in a final part, and I'll be right back.